Growing herbs from cuttings. What is vegetative propagation and why is it important? Growing cuttings is a great way to get adult plants much faster than you would from seed. And plants grown from cuttings are genetically identical from the plant you take them from. So if you have a variety you really like, it's an easy way to turn one plant into 5 if you really like that herb or variety. So, important part for getting started is select a healthy plant free of disease and any nutrients deficiencies that you see in it. Since we're talking about herbs, plants from the family Lamiaceae are typically easy herbs to root from cuttings. This is because they can generally form advantageous roots better than parsley or garlic chives. Make sure the tools are sanitized before you make the cutting. This will prevent introduction of bacteria to the cutting, which would cause it to fail or rot in the process. The cutting should be taken below the leaf nodes, so advantageous roots are more easily formed from the buds right above the leaves there. Ideally, the plant should be 3 to 6 inches in length to guarantee its health and success. Trimming. So you would want to remove leaves above the soil line just so it doesn't divert any energy and they don't rot in the process. If there are buds or flowers, make sure to remove them because the plant will divert all its energy to maintaining them instead of rooting. After this process, 2 to 3 leaves should remain after trimming. And we go to the next step, root growth hormone. So plants naturally produce a rooting hormone known as auxin. So you wouldn't need an artificial rooting hormone if you don't need it. But if you wanted to speed up the process, you could use an artificial auxin. This would come in a liquid or powder form, easily obtainable in stores. Growing media. First of all, you'd want to grab a pot that's close to its size so it doesn't retain too much moisture. You should use a soilless medium. An example would be 50% moss and 50% perlite mixture. You could use sand, vermiculite, or other sources. So it's important to keep the soil moist but not soaked. Saturated soil removes all oxygen, which is important in the rooting process and would cause the cutting to fail. So growing conditions. They need a greenhouse-like environment so the leaves don't dry out. It's very sensitive. This can be accomplished at home by using a perforated bag, sealed. So keep it in a warm environment, very easy indoors. Don't put the cutting in direct sunlight. This could easily damage the leaves from causing them to dry out, or UV rays could also damage them. So this process will be completed within 5 to 8 weeks. You can check to see if the roots are healthy by gently tugging on the stem to see if there's resistance. After this, you can gradually expose the plant to direct sunlight by removing it from the bag and exposing it to maybe 3 to 4 hours of direct sunlight and also exposing it to the humidity in the air. The process should take 1 to 2 days. Indoors, if you want to transplant it outside, it should take 4 to 5 days because you want to. Outdoors, there's a lot more things to worry about like heat, UV rays, so you'd want to transition it from partial shade to a different environment. So once this process is done, be careful when transplanting to a new pot. The roots are very sensitive in this stage and can easily be damaged. And that's it. Thank you for listening and enjoy your new plant. Here are my sources. Enjoy.